Yeah. Hey, you get nothing yet? Nothing? Nothing came around? Hey, my name is Manuel Benuelos. I'm over here in Upton, California. I'm going to post this on YouTube. What I want to talk about today is the same thing I talked about a couple of months ago when I was on YouTube, the crimes of voyeurism. Today, crimes of voyeurism is still very prevalent. San Bernardino County Sheriff Department and multiple sheriff departments all over the high desert and down below. Chino Police Department, Fontana Police Department, as well as two judges. One presides out of Victorville, the other one presides out of West Valley. We got a couple of district attorneys. Uh, One of the district attorneys' names is, I believe her first name is Phyllis. She has a sister, younger sister. She's also into law enforcement agency. She works there in the district attorney's office. I haven't got her name yet. They don't allow me to go and get those names. They stop me from getting names. Help. They stop me from reporting any crimes, such as voyeurism, which is a serious sex crime. We got District Attorney Graffiti, who works in the District Attorney's office. We got Assistant District Attorneys. We got other District Attorneys. We got the Public Defender's Office, which was notified uh, by certified mail of the crimes that were taking place over the county jail, which they persecuted, and they were taking to trial, the public defender, a lot of innocent inmates, because what took place from January 3rd all the way to March 30th was intentionally done by the district attorney's office. Same players and multiple players more. The judges were involved. They used an illegal satellite. It's a two-way communication satellite. It has infrared, night vision, all the bells and whistles. It's audio. That's why it's called a two-way, obviously. They're highly illegal in this country. Those type of satellites are not supposed to be owned or possessed by anybody, not even whether it be civilian, military, or law enforcement agencies of any department. That thing was here since the 90s, and it's been used. 2024, January 3rd, all the way to to March 30th. They had put me in jail at West Valley. They booked me in jail there on a minor crime, but I was innocent. Same departments that I just mentioned are the ones that booked me into jail on false arrest. What they ended up doing was not taking me to court. And my civil rights, my constitutional rights, it states inmate has to be taken to court, appear before a judge in 72 hours. Charges had to be filed. They did not do that on January 3rd. They took me January 18th or 19th, I believe it was. And so they broke the law there. Uh, Once again, the satellite was above us the whole time. It was above the county jail. That satellite was used in a crime against my life called voyeurism, Penal Code 647J. It's a terrible, terrible crime. It means it's 15 years to life. They catch you. It was used to commit voyeurism, sexual crime. It's invasion of privacy, making illegal pornography, and it's basically a sexual crime. They call it that they rape you. No man has really physically raped me. I don't want you to think I'm a queer or something, but it is a crime when they're using it. You don't know they're using it, and you're not aware, and that's how it started. And they were having sex in the background while watching you in privacy. Whether you're taking a shower or you with a woman or you're by yourself, any type of sexual exposure or anything, these people get off on it. And San Bernardino County Sheriff Department was the number one. Victorville Sheriff Department, district attorneys were involved. They're all into that voyeurism, that illegal satellite. Anyways, it was brought when they arrested me, took me to the county this year. They had it right above me, and they convicted me on terrorist threats. And they couldn't convict me because they didn't take me to court in 72 hours. They should have let me out of jail. That's one of the 4 times that they have openly admitted that they had made me do time illegally. Uh, False imprisonment for 90 days. So the courtroom was dirty inside, and so was the satellite outside. But as we know, invasion of privacy is one of our constitutional rights. Every inmate that was in there that was going to court, whether it be misdemeanor or a serious felony, it doesn't matter. They they did something there that's highly illegal, and it jeopardized every inmate's case. For whatever reason, the Lord had allowed me to take knowledge of it and research it, and I realized those people have to be brought back. Every inmate has to be brought back to court. Those that were going to trial, and they had to be released. They cannot charge them for that crime, any crime. It's a lot of inmates, and they're also entitled to be financially be restored for false imprisonment because they were aware that something happened and they haven't did anything about it. And I certified mailed them, explaining them what happened to me and what happened to every inmate a month ago, or 2 weeks ago. I'm lying. 2 weeks ago, excuse me. I wasn't thinking. 2 weeks ago. A month ago, the district attorney was notified, certified mail. 2 weeks ago, the public defenders. I told them the seriousness of it. There's financial lawsuits everywhere, and these inmates deserve exactly what I deserve. I shouldn't have been in jail. I'm no better than any other man. If it's wrong for one, it's wrong for everybody. And that's what I base this on. It's wrong. So these people have not responded, and they're still using the satellite against me. It follows me everywhere in California. Everywhere I'm at, the thing follows me because of the evidence I have against them. I've been out, 4 or 5 months? They've been aware the whole time, whether I mailed it to them or not. The same participants are on that satellite 24 hours a day, watching me to their monitors, their computers, their cell phones. The audio part is a trip because what they did many years ago is they used that satellite when they were watching me. It points in your direction, frequencies come towards you. And what happened was because they were watching you and they were listening, it's a two-way communication satellite. Some kind of perfect storm took place. And as far as I can tell, that the signal they had it on the audio part was on a low frequency, very low, a whisper. And what happens is they were whispering, and your earlobe, my ear, tried to extend itself to hear that whisper, but it could never quite do it. But it was constantly doing it by nature, by human nature. If somebody's whispering over there, you can't help it. And that's what was happening for a long time. I'm talking years. And finally, what happened was my eardrum extended itself. Bam, and it locked on. That's not what we're looking for. That's not the only thing that took place. Trust me, there's many things that happened before that to make that possible. It is highly illegal. It is torturous because now, as long as the satellite's looking at me, watching me, that frequency is pointing towards me, and I can hear everywhere they're at. All law enforcement agencies, I can hear every department. Whoever's on that satellite, whether it be linked up to the cell phones or the computers, I can hear everything. And they know it. It's premeditated. And in order for them to evade arrest, these people have decided to torture the hell out of me. The problem we have is I'm a grown man. I can take my licks. It's almost over. I got evidence on everything. It's not accusations. First of all, they've openly admitted to every single thing. Every single crime, they've admitted to it. I can identify them. I've been in their presence many times because of the voyeurism. Uh, Trying to report a sexual crime. You got people that won't stop. Something's wrong with the rapist. It won't stop. Something's wrong. And then if you hide from it and you don't want to confront it, something's even worse wrong. And that's because there's numerous amounts of dropouts in Southern California that I'm going to get paperwork on, put them away. But back to the police department. This is about the law enforcement agents. A year ago, I think it was September 16th, I was going to marry, I knew this girl named Christina Mendoza. She's from Victorville. She's not from Victorville, but her mother lived in Victorville. My mother lived in Victorville. She's still with her mother. A regular girl. But I've known her for years. And they persuaded her to hang out with the no people that are no good no more. People I'm going to get paperwork on, but to drop out some ratas and employment. She didn't know, and she started hanging out with them. It's just small. Anyways, when they knew I was interested in her, and me and her were talking, I was going to ask her to marry me because I knew there was going to be a settlement and security when this was over, and I wanted to get to know her. I've known her for years. Just a regular girl, no better, no worse than anybody. And they took her. They took her and they raped her. We got Tigre Hernandez, Jimmy Hernandez. He took her and he raped her, along with Frankie Acana. They both took her and they raped her. And they beat her and raped her and beat her and raped her, drugged her up. And then after that, they took her to 1812 Tokay Road in Victorville. Yeah. And that's where she remains to this day a year. And she's half dead. The police are the ones ordering all this now. You got to remember who's behind it. Sheriff Department, District Attorney's Department, Ontario PD's Department. They're all ones giving them orders. They will not give her back to me for the simple fact that I already told them, and I'm going to tell you live here, I have a constitutional right to whack every single one of these police officers and district attorneys. I have tried every avenue of law and order to get this thing before a judge and get these people convicted, and they stopped me. The evidence I have, they can't stop the evidence. Can never take away solid evidence. They prolong it. They're prolonging their incarceration in my lawsuit. And while they're doing that, they're taking out on my new wife. But then a month later, they took my daughter. I have a 28-year-old baby girl named Raylene Manuelos from San Dimas. Her mother took her from me when I was 3. Same people persuaded her that I was no good, and she bit into it. She taught my daughter that I was no good too. She raised her, same thing, that he's good for nothing, he this and that. Well, none of it was true, but my daughter didn't know. She didn't know. She thought everybody was right. Soon she started realizing that they weren't right. Something was wrong. And when she started realizing that I wasn't like that, they took her. And they took her up there with Christina. And they led her there. And her mom sold her, Irma Elizalde sold her to basically for drugs and heroin, and left her there knowing that they were going to torture and rape. She didn't care. She didn't care. When I find her, she's through, trust me, legally. She's through. She's a rapist. I got her on 7,000 counts of voyeurism against me. And I got her also on kidnapping, torture, my daughter, raping my daughter, her own daughter. She's worse than an animal. Her sisters, Irma, has 2 sisters, Wee and Celia. They were all aware of what happened. They didn't give a shit. The same thing. Heroin addicts and speed users, they're no good. They did the same thing to me 7,000 times. Voyeurism. You have to understand anything comes through rape, multiple rapes, and still rape. I'm gonna make sure they get fucking paperwork put in prison. I don't want that trash out here. So everything that comes out of that, trust me, belongs to me, and I'm gonna use it against them. You know, so rata, you can care shit about fucking rat. If they want to play games and play stupid, I'll screw them. They're informants anyway. All of them are informants. I can hear them all the time going back and forth with the Huda. Carrying the Hudas everything on Southern California. You can believe they're opening their pinchy boca about everything. So back to the Hudas. So those 2 girls have been there for a year now. I got out on March 30th. False imprisonment, looking for a lawyer. I got $480,000 coming right off the top just for that one incident. They won't let me get a hold of a lawyer. They hit my phone. They dropped my calls. They call lawyers all over the Inland Empire town. Do not, if Emmanuel Benuelos goes in there, do not allow him time or day. Deny him anything. And they have. So basically, I'm blackballed out here in San Bernardino County. I got a bunch of ratas and informants, and pedophiles, and I got also pedophile judges, rapists. You don't understand. See, pedophile comes in, they're serial rapists. But because I'm on federal disability, I've been on permanent disability, trying to get off. If you rape a man sexually, remember, it's technology, it's a different type of rape, but it's still rape. I'm going by the libros. I'm going to screw them. It's no big, no tengo complejo. It is what it is. I need the money. I need my rucas. I need these paperwork on these lots. That's just the way it goes, man. So, anyways, federal law states this. If the man takes you to court, puts you in there with paperwork like he wants to, He can't charge you that you guys did Voirim 647J to a mental retarded man because the feds don't distinguish the difference between physically disability and mental retarded, mind or body. They don't, because they came to the conclusion, as far as I can understand, years ago, many years ago, people were taking abusing the disabled, whether it be stealing their goods sexually or beating them. And the feds could never understand. They're just getting tired. Too many reports of people doing things to disability people. So that what they said is from now, well, they made a law, I guess, one time, many years ago, saying, listen, do anything to disabled, they're going to be able to use any avenue, and they're going to put you away, man, period. So that way, people would just stop. It's a safe way for disabled people to have a fair chance because people just taking advantage of that. And they got tired of it. And that's why the law states you can use either mental retarded or physically. You can take them to court on that. So can you imagine what the paperwork's going to say? It's the same thing as a child molester. And if they're premeditated, they know that. It's bad news. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. It's legal. It's a legal federal guideline. So these people have my daughter up there at 1812 Tokay Road in Victorville. I've been up there 4 times trying to get them out. They won't open the door. They won't answer the door. They play dead. That's where I came from when they put me in jail and false imprisonment. And they say if I go back, they're going to cut this girl's throat. They move them from here to there. I'm tired of the whole thing. So I'm trying to find a legal way to get them girls out. But no police station. When I go to police stations, they don't want no part of it. So I'm having a hard time for you to get those girls out. So I'm reaching out to the internet. I need some answers. Listen, I got a satellite that's in the air. It's right above me. It's only up to about 400 or 500 feet. It's not too far up there. I need some. See, I want to take that thing out. They won't remove it. It's not against the law for someone to take it out. So, I'm trying to find a way. If somebody knows of a way, got the rifle or something, shoot it out with a scope. If you got a scope or a rifle, take a shot. I'm willing to pay you a couple $100, man. Whatever it takes to shoot that thing out for one shot. Knock it out. It's totally legal. If you knock it out and you hit it, then I'll write you an IOU right there too. Also, no, I got you the money cash for that, but as soon as I get my law settlement, the lawsuit is going to be worth billions and billions, if not trillions of dollars. They did so much damage. You don't even know. This is just a 5% of what I'm telling you. I will give you $1 million signed over. We can sign it, get it notarized. As soon as I get my settlement, you get your $1 million. You have money for the future, just like me. But I need someone to take a shot with a rifle, supposedly 30-06 with a scope. It doesn't have to be a high velocity rifle. No, it's not that far up. It's totally legal. You should not. And if they try to take you to jail, someone was reported. So listen to me. They couldn't, because nobody can take responsibility for that satellite. Who's going to want to come and get that illegal satellite? It's not supposed to be in the United States. They can't. They're going to let that thing drop. But it would take the threat off my life, and it would free me up to do things that I can't do normally, because that satellite's torturing my ears. Remember, my ears are locked onto it. It's torturous, torturous, torturous. Plus, every move I make, they're watching me. And so I'm not able to get over, to get through. I have a roadblock all around me, and the girls are suffering. Or if you can find a way to get the girls out legally, $25 million. $25 million you will get. I will sign any papers, legal papers saying on the same day I get this out, I owe you 25. You will have $25 million. That's serious business. If you have any, you want to get back and make any comments, you email me at Manuel Benuelos 934 at gmail.com, or maybe 909-778-1550. Once again, I need some insight. You got any? I need a lawyer. If you know anyone that has a lawyer, criminal lawyer, constitutional rights lawyer, police brutality lawyer, we're talking trillions of dollars. And the reason why I want to say $1 trillion, because all my constitutional rights have not been observed. Not one of them. I can prove that. Trust me, I can prove it. I can't get on here and say things that are not true. I can prove my constitutional rights have not been observed for 7 to 10 years. If I wanted to, I can go back 30. But we're not talking about 30 right now. We're talking about 7 years. It's a lot more to the story. Torture. They torture me up and down every city in the Inland Empire. 24 hours a day, I can hear them torturing a man. They stopped me from, they did voyeurism to me. Voyeurism, 7,000 counts is a lot of counts. Something's wrong in their head. They're sick or perverts. There's money involved. Remember, money's involved. So you that are hip understand what I'm trying to tell you. It's not against the law on my part. It's against the law on their part. They need to move the satellite. Period. It's a conspiracy to commit murder, which comes out of voyeurism. Remember, whatever comes out of voyeurism, I get to use to screw. Put them away, man. Get paper. Use whatever. Because they got nothing coming. And police, when they come to police, guess what? They got nothing coming. So murder, conspiracy to commit murder. Nothing to be afraid of these people. I'm not afraid of them. I live right in the open. I'm not worried about a thing. I got numerous amounts of stuff. Those are some of the four main. Plus the girls kidnapped. They kidnapped my wife. Both girls been kidnapped, tortured them. They beat them. They bodily injury, conspired to commit murder on both of them, starving them to death. They don't give them food and water only once in a while. And you wonder, how do I know all this? Because the Sergeant Romero in the Victory Sheriff Department, right before, I think it was August last year, they took him on September. August, I heard him through my ears. He was with Gypsy and Tina, they're from San Diego. He was doing a walkthrough against the house. And he was telling him, we're going to put a microphone here, a microphone there, put a speaker on the wall here. And I was listening. And he said, we're going to take a chance to see if what Manuel's about. This will get Manuel stuff. And they were talking about the two girls premeditated. So what happens is those speakers get hooked up to your phone, like Bluetooth per se. The microphones too. So when somebody goes into that room, guess what happens? Mm-hmm. I can hear everything. And that's what they wanted me. They wanted me to hear my girls being raped, tortured, and murdered to death. And I'm sorry, but these people are through. They're through. I'll spend every dollar. But I got to get those girls back. So if you find a way, email me, call me, let me know. My name's Manuel Manuelos. Appreciate it. I'm trying to give you updates, different videos as I go. I'm just not really feeling it today. So I just thought I'd make this, get this out of the way. It's very important. Two girls alive. That's it.